These days, there are many good questions. Don't we deserve answers to the great ones? At the very least, don't we deserve an invitation to think carefully about the answers? For example, what's the best way to rise above our default answers? Let's be honest. Left to itself, the human organism will take the easy way, make the default choice, invest in self-sufficiency. What, if anything, elevates that conversation? Here's another. If belief systems ruin everything for unbelievers, how does this help? Are we so invested in the me-first mindset that everyone else, particularly those outside of our belief system, are not just wrong, they're to be vilified or even exterminated? But I'm an attitude of gratitude, positive psychology believer. How does that ruin anything for anyone else? Hello, world. The big issue of all time is separation. We've persistently separated from one another ever since individualism became the religion of developed nations. Even the power of positive thought is individually proscribed. My attitude of gratitude. That's exclusionary. Where's the hand that welcomes wannabe believers? When you're ready, you'll get it, they say. Not, here's how and why my belief system works so well for me. Have we given up on unbelievers? And is there any widespread practical purpose for the belief, or instructions for deploying it to unbelievers at scale? Are we willing to risk that any unbeliever must be left behind? What's the easiest belief system these days? Wouldn't that also be the least common denominator belief system? The one that appeals most to our emotions, least to our intellect, promises all the good stuff, validates all our fears, makes the smallest demands on our time and treasure? And wouldn't it be magical if that lowest common belief system was somehow built on or justified by any other beliefs or belief systems as well? It's not hard to discern what that easy belief system is. Just do your research. And don't be fooled. What about love? Not romantic or sexual love, but the love in peaceful protests, the love in rescue from fire and flood, the love in wisdom literature, the love in freedom, the love that is absent in hate? Practical love? If that's the love in this question, are we not all already capable of deploying it at scale, especially when we generally agree that it's needed? And can this practical love really conquer all? The pithy answer is that we won't know until we try. That's hard because it takes effort, especially practical love for an enemy or unbeliever. This love is the great heroic journey of human beings. We can ignore it, but not successfully. We must earn this kind of practical love. And we must practice it, so that, like a trained warrior, we choose it as our first weapon and use it with skill and precision. Can practical love conquer all? The honest response to this question is also that we won't know until we try. So, will we? A wise creature once said, "Do or do not, there is no try." But what about big issues like climate change, politics, ethnicity, income inequality? How can we expect to address those issues before we answer the great questions? And how can we even begin to think about those really great questions? Is it possible that we are living the answers right now? Partial or total chaos could be the way forward. if we are able to integrate, connect, convene in novel ways, we might discover new answers together and establish them fairly in the world. And to supercharge that process, let's begin where it hurts most: fear and anger. Human beings are smart enough to know what to do with fear and anger. Every time we employ them skillfully, we improve civilization. A lot. Think of the American and French revolutions, or the defeat of the Axis powers in World War II. All motivated by fear and anger. It was hard. And we did it. Great loss, yes, but great results. A new birth of freedom. Freedom we've put to work so irresponsibly that today fear and anger power the internet, stand naked behind every headline and ad, fuel news that's both real and fake, and rise to the top of every major government on Earth. We don't need more of that kind of freedom and the unskilled fear and anger that go with it. The rush to the bottom is not what we deserve. Fortunately, fear and anger can be used skillfully, and the great invitation of music is for you to learn how. Wait, you said music? Music lets you practice safely with all your emotions, and instead of stuffing the ones you don't want or like, music gives you a safe, full-body experience of them. But you can't feel or practice any emotion you've stuffed. So let's get down to it and practice some safe, skillful fear and anger. Learn to use them more effectively than the fear and anger mongers, and not to separate, but to connect together around what we can do for and with each other.